There's a better world that's coming, tell you why. Better world that's coming, tell you why.
Does the world get better over time? I believe that it does. I grew up in a bookstore. Well, actually that's not true. I grew up in a house, thank goodness. But my family owned a bookstore and I spent a great deal of time there. So naturally I grew up reading stories. Lots of them. One of the stories I devoured was the story of human history. I was enchanted by accounts of the library at Alexandria and the hanging gardens of Babylon. And the flowering of art in the Renaissance and science in the Enlightenment fascinated and intrigued me. Like any other self-respecting youngster, I loved Star Wars, and of course, I still do. While Han Solo remains one of my heroes, he is accompanied by the Apollo 11 crew, whose mission was the culmination of a decade of hard work by the most intellectually rich nation in the world. Aside from a bunch of now way outdated machinery, we didn't gain much materially from the space race. But humanity stood on its tiptoes, arms outstretched, and, to quote the poet, touched the face of God. Seriously, what is that if not epic? Throughout history, time has consistently made things better. It's called progress. Mankind has been to the moon, the bubonic plague isn't really a thing anymore, and I have seen many idiots lose their reality TV shows. I'm still waiting for the iPhone app that controls the weather, within a Charlie Brown radius around the user. But scientists in Switzerland have made subatomic particles travel faster than the speed of light. So, I'm willing to wait. Meanwhile, we have light bulbs, running water, central heating, electricity, television, the internet, and, of course, people whose job it is to keep all these things running. All of this, our modern world, wouldn't even have been imaginable 200 years ago. Dr. King once said, "The moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends toward justice." His faith was rooted in his religion, and is now reinforced by the fact that an African American occupies the White House. This faith in the future is echoed in religion and science alike, and I share it, however blind with faith it may be. I've been 5'11" since I was 14 years old, but I'm confident that I'll someday break 6 feet. I believe that in the distant future, humans will do things that we now consider science fiction. Some may scoff at the idea of colonies on other planets and telepathic communication. But if you told someone from Shakespeare's time that men would walk on the moon and be able to communicate instantly with people on other continents, they would have laughed in your face. Or burned you at the stake. This is only my opinion, and I may be right or wrong. But I believe that the world gets better as time goes on, that the present is infinitely cooler than the past, and the future will be infinitely cooler than anything we can now imagine. Some people are fond of saying that you can't find someday on a calendar, but maybe you will be able to. Someday.